With more and more RVs using lithium batteries, Jeff visits AM Solar and learns all about this new battery system. And with the popularity in small motorhomes, we look back at Jeff's feature on the Thor Gemini. Plus, what's new and popular sometimes is actually old, as Jeff finds out with his new drink that's starting to catch on. These stories and more on this week's Rollin On TV. Closed and Spanish captioning, where available, is sponsored by Jayco. At Jayco, we've been making family dreams come true since 1968.
If you hang around the RV industry very much, you started to hear a little bit more about lithium batteries. And we're all familiar with the lithium batteries that are in our various handheld devices, but how are they applied to RVs? It isn't just a matter of pulling out your old lead-acid cell and dropping a lithium in place. We're here at AM Solar in Springfield, Oregon. They specialize in solar panel installations on RVs, but they're also experts on lithium batteries. So let's go inside, talk to them, and find out a little bit more about lithium cells. Now that the lithium batteries are starting to become a thing, what's the deal with lithium batteries? Why is it that they are starting to show up in RVs and maybe replace some of the old lead acids?
Yeah, well, they may be a little bit more expensive, but for their size and weight, you get quite a bit more usable energy, and their lifespan is about 3 times the lifespan of a typical lithium or lead acid battery.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the major differences is that this is going to have flooded cells, lead plates, and it needs to be maintained pretty regularly.
Yeah.
What is a little different about this battery here is that it's actually completely sealed, doesn't need any maintenance, and included in this casing is a battery management system, or part of a battery management system.
I was kind of wondering what these were for. There's a couple of cables here that have, terminal connectors. So these do what then?
Yeah, this is kind of the center of the battery management system,
okay.
And it communicates with the battery cells independently through these cables here.
And regarding the inside, now you mentioned that this is maintenance-free. Of course, the regular lead-acid battery has caps on it that you have to check the water occasionally and make sure you're not running dry and so forth, and look for corrosion.
Yeah.
What is it about the lithium components that avoid that need?
Well, it's basically just a difference of chemical composition. I don't know the exact details, but as far as the cells themselves, the lithium cells have a more regular voltage, so they rest at a pretty standard central voltage around 13.3 volts.
Oh, so they don't have as much of a swing as a standard lead acid battery does.
Right, and with that they have to be carefully monitored with charging and discharging to not overcharge, and they are a little more sensitive to being overcharged or discharged too far, and so this is basically the battery management system is going to keep the battery in a safe range. I have a display over here that has a couple of the components from one of our systems. This is the other lithium battery management system here. This component right here is the battery management system all in one, which includes basically the relays that you otherwise would have to include in the other system we showed before. This here is a converter which is also needed for it. This system is basically designed for smaller RVs or trailers.
Okay.
It gets a little bit complicated, but essentially you tie the batteries into here, and this will manage power coming in. The battery connects here, and then over here this manages power going out. So it is required that you separate your loads and charging sources. It's almost required that you get a 3-stage converter to replace your old single-stage converter. There's also dedicated lithium chargers that you can get, some included in inverters.
Okay, so like so there are more complete systems that include the converter that replace the whole setup.
Right. Yeah, it depends on how much money you want to spend, but there's quite a few nice systems that include inverter chargers, which, all said and done, they're pretty well a good bang for the buck. Okay,
and today more and more people are installing solar power systems. I mean, you guys know this is better than anybody. And I understand that solar systems are fully compatible with lithiums?
Absolutely. We have a couple of monitors over here, which are good systems you can use with lithium batteries. This is one from Blue Sky, fully programmable solar charger, which is capable of being designed or programmed for lithium batteries specifically. And then Victron also offers quite a few different charge controllers, which are completely compatible with
Okay.
batteries.
And the difference in that, I mean, it's the same thing like the difference between lead acid batteries versus absorbed glass mat. They have different charging profiles and discharge profiles, and then, so you need that specifically for this.
Right, yeah, lithium batteries take a little bit more specific charging profiles due to their fragility, so to speak.
Okay.
They can't be overcharged or discharged too far, so the charging profiles have to be really dialed in, unlike your typical flooded battery, which has a lot more leeway.
Down to brass tacks. What is this going to cost somebody to do this? Now, this is a typical lead battery. I just bought one like this. It was a little bit bigger, Group 27. You're going to pay close to $100 for a battery like this nowadays.
Right.
What is this little baby going to run you?
Well, this battery alone is $1,000, and
Okay.
it requires a battery management system. The basic one is about $800 for the battery management system.
Okay, so the battery management system being the items we looked at there on the wall.
Correct.
Okay, and that's the basic system, and that's the hardware, but not necessarily installed.
Absolutely, yeah. There's quite a bit left to do installing it. It's something that you can do at home with our instruction, or you can come to us and have it done for a little bit of labor.
Leave it to the pros. Probably a good idea.
This one can last 3 times as long as a flooded battery. Easily.
Okay. Now I saw that you have a trailer out here in the shop that has this complete system installed. Is it out in the open so we can take a look at it?
Absolutely. Yeah, let's
Okay.
go take a look.
Good.
We're here in the bedroom in the back of the trailer where we have our 200 amp hour essential system. We've modified some of the woodwork in here to accommodate this system. So here we have the 200 amp hour lithium battery. We also have a solar charger included in the system and the BMS down here. In this case, we went ahead and replaced the converter with a dedicated charger, and we also have a converter over here which is to regulate the incoming charge from the truck. A system like this goes approximately for about $10,000.
Boy, that seems like an awful lot of money for a battery system. But when you consider what you're getting and the advantages of a lithium system, well, you've got better storage capacity, much longer life of the product, and significantly better control of the power output from your system. And that's important considering all the sensitive electronic devices we have in our vehicles these days. So give lithium batteries a look. If it sounds like something you can swing, it might be worth it. For more information, take a look at our website at rollinontv.com.
Thetford's tough new Titan sewer hose is virtually uncrushable. Ever had your sewer hose run over by an RV? Watch Titan bounce back. Titan hose is made of Thetford's proprietary blend of TPE and provides the highest degree of puncture and abrasion resistance. It has an easy-to-grip fitting for a leak-free connection to RV outlets. A rotating elbow easily aligns and allows a convenient connection and straighter flow. Titan provides more for your money and is another innovation from Thetford, the RV sanitation leader.
When you have a Truma AquaGo instant hot water system, you can expect to make a lot of new friends.
Small motorhomes are big today. Manufacturers are coming up with some very interesting packages of material to tempt our RV traveling fraternity.
All right, so this is the 23 TR Gemini by Thor Motor Coach. This has just about everything that you could want for the person who's wanting to go to state parks, resorts, and wanting to stay in the smaller park spaces. It gives you lots of interior space and luxury, and fits an excellent investment profile for the dollar. We're very excited at the chassis. This is a Transit Connect chassis by Ford. It's a 3.2 liter turbo diesel engine. We can't wait to show you all it has to offer.
The new Gemini Class C from Thor Motor Coach, actually more of a low profile C given its overall compact dimensions, is a great example of that new crop of smaller motorhomes. This packs a lot of material into a 23-foot long package. Open road or campground parking lot, The Gemini is a dream to drive and maneuver. The 23-foot 6-inch coach is a good match for the new Transit chassis. Its tight steering radius, braking, and suspension all seem about right for this type of RV. When Ford replaced its venerable and popular Econoline van with the Ford Transit cab and chassis, they took a chance on maybe alienating a few customers, but the fact is, this seems to be a very nice, very functional replacement for the old Econoline. The 3.2 diesel engine backed up by a transmission that seems to have really well-designed shift points, drives well, lots of get up and go. You nail the gas and the thing gets out of its own way. No shortage of storage here in the rig. Cup holders on the engine cover and on the dash. Cubby hole on the door and overhead for map books and electronics. Ford's making it really easy on the driver. The dash is very nicely laid out. Everything is easy to see and reach. The radio has a wonderful array of large, easy to see controls. Makes it pretty simple to operate, I think, as opposed to some that are not at all intuitive. Heating, ventilation, air conditioning controls are right there where you can reach them, and they're familiar looking controls, so they're easy to operate. Compact RV size has benefits. We slid back into our campsite at Belknap Hot Springs and had more than enough room for our rig. Thor Motor Coach has done a great job of integrating the cab with the fiberglass body. And the aerodynamics on the body helps to contribute to the fuel economy that turns out to be pretty good for a small vehicle like this. Of course, the aerodynamics doesn't let you keep away from the bugs, but such is life when you're RVing in the springtime. Take a look under the hood, and you find pretty much what we're accustomed to looking at with a van, which is to say it's really full under there and you can't see a lot. However, you can see the engine in this case. Most of the service points look like they're readily available, which is good. And this is the new 3.2-liter inline 5-cylinder diesel engine. Seems like a funny configuration, but boy, it works great. As with the Sprinter, the Gemini fuel and DEF fluid fillers are tucked behind an access hatch that can only be opened when the driver's door is open. The side storage compartment includes a narrow pass-through space that can accommodate longer but narrow items. The driver's side storage compartment is a good space to stash the power cord and similar utility-related hardware. An exterior shower and the propane access are also located on the driver's side. And if the beauties of nature and the wonders present right at your fingertips here in the campground aren't enough, or you want to review the day's GoPro footage, for example, you have available an optional 32-inch external TV that you can watch from the campsite. Got your speakers to be able to kick the sound out there. Not a bad option for entertainment in camp. We have more exciting features to show you about the new Thor Gemini motorhome, and we'll be right back after these commercial messages, so stay tuned.
At Jayco, we're a lot more than just an RV manufacturer. We're all about family, and we've been making family dreams come true since 1968. To see our complete product line and find your nearest Jayco dealer, visit us online at jayco.com or just log on to rollinontv.com. At Norcoal, we realize that some of your favorite RV destinations are off the grid. And Norcoal refrigerators are uniquely designed with that RV experience in mind. We call it Freedom Unplugged. To learn more about our Norcoal RV refrigerator line or to find a dealer near you, visit our website at norcoal.com.
Welcome back to Rollin On TV. Let's continue our look at the new Thor Gemini motorhome. a compact package with lots of appealing features. The skylight lets in welcome sunlight, but the powered cover makes it easy to block when needed. The convenient systems monitor panel and stereo are to the right of the entry door. A rear wall bedroom slide-out is a standard 23TR floor plan feature. The bed doubles as a sofa lounge by day, and the mattress folds down into an RV queen size for sleeping. Overhead storage cabinets, convenient USB device charging ports, underbed storage, and a 24-inch TV are part of the bedroom equipment package. A small wardrobe is forward of the bed and adjacent to the street-side bath. In a clever arrangement, the secondary bath door opens in and the main door latches open across the hallway to create a comfortable-sized bathroom suite next to the bedroom. The toilet, compact sink, and corner shower are packed in pretty tight, but they do the job as needed. Contemporary-looking cabinets and clean, functional hardware with concealed hinges give the galley a modern appeal. A single-bowl stainless sink with pull-out faucet, plus a flush-fitting stovetop make up the counter appointments. The concealed hinges are spring-loaded and hold the cabinets securely closed. When guests arrive, the sofa bed folds down into another sleeping space and it folds away just as easily. A removable pedestal table serves as an all-purpose table in front of the sofa. We really like the handy cup holder, catch-all tray, and USB power port located at the forward end of the sofa. Well, the Gemini was easy to set up and camp, had plenty of storage for bringing along the necessities for a camping trip. All that's left now is to head on down to the river and see if we can find any hungry fish. In the meantime, for more information about the Gemini motorhome from Thor Motor Coach, log on to our website at RollinOnTV.com.
Coming to you from Elkhart, Indiana, the RV capital of the world, watch for the 2017 RV Business Magazine RV of the Year Award Show and see which companies and which RVs contend for this prestigious industry award. The RV of the Year show is sponsored by Dicor, at the core of everything you do. Cummins Onan, our energy working for you. Air Excel, reinventing comfort. And Thetford, going places. The RV of the Year show begins airing the week of February 12th and will air the entire week on all our stations and networks. For more information, visit rvbusiness.com or rollinontv.com. Never run out of propane again. With Level Check, there's no more guesswork. Just run the gauge over the tank, and when the light turns from red to green, you'll know exactly how much propane you have left. It's that simple. Level Check, another great product from Truma. For more information, visit levelcheck.com. For 50 years, Campers Inn RV has been your trusted resource for RV sales, service, and accessories. Now, with 15 locations along the East Coast from New Hampshire to Florida, we'll be giving you that same family-friendly service and be your trusted resource for another 50 years. For information and locations, visit us online at campersinn.com.
Well, it's no secret that people are crazy about anything that has to do with vintage these days. And now, when you've been out having a wonderful day out enjoying the outdoors with your RV, you get back to camp, you're ready to sit back and relax, you can also enjoy a vintage beverage. This new product is a quinine tonic concentrate, and it has historical roots dating back to the 17th century. And here to tell us all about this new Ruby D tonic is the man who makes it, David Donald.
Thanks, Jeff.
David, what's the story behind this? I understand it's pretty old stuff.
It's pretty old. It goes back to the early 17th century, around 1630, when it was discovered in Peru. Most people know it as quinine from the cinchona tree.
Okay, quinine, which is a major ingredient for helping to fight malaria, correct?
Yeah, and so the British really used this when they went to, especially in India, they had their soldiers taking a daily dose of quinine, and they would get it in a quinine powder, mix it up with water, and have to drink it. Quinine is terribly bitter.
Oh boy.
And so they soon discovered that, well, let's add some sugar to the water. And then the officer said that, well, we have our daily gin also. Daily ration of gin. And so let's add some gin to this. And hence the gin and tonic was born thanks to the British military.
Oh, very cool.
And became quite popular.
Well, it looks like this is a pretty interesting array of materials here, twigs and seeds and whatnot.
Twigs and seeds and bark.
Tell us a little bit about what goes into this.
Well, as you know, we have 4 different flavors, and so some of these go into each one. We have the juniper berries, we have the lemon bark or zest, we have lemongrass, we have orange zest, allspice, and the main things are the cinchona and the citric acid. And the cinchona bark is where you get the quinine from.
Okay.
We have the spiced, which is very similar to the original, but it has a much higher quantity of the herbs and spices in it.
And then what's this? This is extra bitter.
And the extra bitter is probably as close to what you would have had 150 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Because there's very little other than the cinchona, a little bit of sweetener, citric acid. There's very few spices in it.
Well, there you have it. At the end of the day, you're ready to relax. Now you have something new and vintage to try out with your gin and tonics. And it's been fun looking at the ingredients and learning about the history, but now, because we're getting a bit thirsty, we're going to toss it over to Ivan Schmarter. And Ivan is going to try out a couple of different recipes with this and see what you can come up with. So, Ivan, I hope you enjoy it.
Hey, Jeffrey J., thanks. Vintage-style craft tonic? How cool is that? When one's presented with such a delightful mixer like this Ruby D tonic, what else is there to do but make some killer, cool and refreshing beverages? To take on a coffee drink that's becoming all the rage. In fact, it's been called the new iced coffee, but really, I call it a coffee tonic. Stay with me now, it's really delicious. Let's give it a go. The first thing is we're going to put ice in our glass. 4 beautiful cubes, maybe more, just fill the glass up. Just like that. Next, we're going to take our original Ruby D tonic and we're going to put a full shot, just like so, right in the bottom of the glass. Next up, we're going to add some seltzer water. About 1/3 of the way. I'm going to stir this up just so the tonic and the seltzer gets nice mixed and a little bit chilled with the ice. And now comes the piece de resistance. I have a shot of espresso here. I'm going to pour this right on top of our seltzer tonic mix. I've got a pretty little garnish to put in it. It's a little piece of chocolate and a raspberry, just to make it nice looking. And there you have it, our coffee tonic. Let's give it a try. Well, with 2 terrific tonic drinks, I think it's time to relax outdoors and take in this beautiful day. David, thanks for making this fantastic Ruby D tonic. It's fabulous. Jeff, David, come on over. It's party time. See you later, mates. Cheers.
We hope you enjoyed this week's show. And for more information on anything you've seen on the show, along with additional videos and stories, visit our website at rollinontv.com. And don't forget to visit our store where you'll find some of the great products featured on our show. For the latest up-to-the-minute RV news, visit our media partners at rvbusiness.com.